G'day guys, how's it going? It is Jared HD here. Welcome to episode number 3 of season 2 of the Wolves Road to Glory career mode series. I have already tried recording this episode so far today. I recorded the commentary about 11:30 this morning and it went really well, but then at about the 10th or 11th, right at the end of the commentary when I was doing my outro, freaking Sony Vegas crashed on me, and it's now 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's taken me 6 hours to actually just build up the courage and to be bothered to record it again. So hopefully Sony Vegas doesn't crash on me, and if you are watching this Tuesday, I don't know what time it'll be in England, but yeah, if you're watching this today, then everything's gone as planned, and I hope that Sony Vegas doesn't crash on me again, otherwise I'll be extremely pissed off. But I hope you guys are enjoying the series so far. We are in the midst of the transfer window. We have our first game of the match or the episode against Huddersfield Town. And I'm sorry if there's a few outside distractions. If you hear some noises outside, it's because my little twin sisters have like 4 friends over, so they're going to be making plenty of noise, I'm sure. So that's why I wanted to record it about 11 o'clock this morning, but oh well, you gotta do what you gotta do. Stupid Sony Vegas is very unreliable for me. But in the 40th minute of this matchup against Huddersfield, Adam Taggart plays a lovely through ball which gets intercepted there from Wallace, but a nice tackle from Dicko goes to Taggart, who goes to Traore, and Traore gets his first goal as a Wolves man to give us a 2-0 advantage 40 minutes into the matchup. Very, very pleased with that, of course. Traore has been a pretty decent signing so far, getting a few assists and stuff, and then Dicko, the Frenchman, is going to be looking for somebody. He finds Traore, who has a 1-2 movement there with Dicko, who first time crossed it into Adam Taggart, who gives us a 3-0 advantage 55 minutes into the matchup, which is definitely a bit of a shock result. Nobody would have expected us to defeat Huddersfield that much, but guys, I'm very confident in this side that we can actually get automatic promotion. Like, from what I've seen so far this season, nobody's really been too much of a challenge for me so far. So I'm really hoping that, even though House gets red carded here for a terrible challenge, I'm really hoping that we can just get a straight promotion into the Premier League, because there is a little bit of a difference, obviously, between the League One and the Championship, but not too much of a difference, to be fair. Like, look at this. I'm beating Huddersfield 3-0. My squad is definitely a lot better than it was this time last season, but still, it's just a great start to the season we have had, and hopefully we can continue it the whole way and get automatic promotion and end up in the Premier League. But in the 90th minute, excuse me, Huddersfield do get a consolation goal, but it's not going to matter too much as we defeat Huddersfield 3-1 to get 3 more valuable competition points in the Championship and move us closer to the top of the table, which is where we want to be come the end of the season. The board expects us to fight for promotion, and I expect us to get promoted. We're going to go in for a new centre-back though. The first one is going to be Jonathan Tah from Hamburger SV. For £500,000 we are going to offer him, and then Marion Sarr we're going to offer £375,000, I think I did do, or £400,000 for the Borussia Dortmund man's signature, and hopefully we can get one of those two, if not both of them, to bring in to the side as our new centre backs. We do have Stearman and Bath, but Bath has been injured for a long time, and we're going to have, well, it's going to be a very congested season fixture-wise, and we're going to need to be rotating around the squad a lot. So I really want to have 4 very strong centre-backs, and I think if I can sign both those players, that means we're going to have 4 very strong centre-backs to rotate every single game, which is definitely going to be an advantage come the end of the season when we're going to have a lot of games on top of each other. So definitely a smart move on my behalf, I feel. But we have a huge game now against Leicester, which we go up 1-0 in the stroke of half-time. Leicester are a side that did obviously get promoted into the Barclays Premier League this past season. So we can't really relax against side. We have to be on our A game, and we are definitely on our A game in this matchup, as Mason Bennett gives us a 2-goal advantage 74 minutes into the matchup. Very, very pleased with that, getting us all 3 points against Leicester City. Very pleased with that, of course. And that's how the matchup finishes. We defeat Leicester City 2-0 to win this championship matchup encounter. Of course, I am very pleased with that. Leicester City are a difficult side, and to get 3 points against them is a huge result. Both Dortmund and Hamburger reject the offers there for their players, Sarr and Tah, even though it rhymes. Lol, it rhymes. Lol, I'm a poet. Lol. But we're going to send in £600,000 there for Sarr. And then for Tar, we are going to up the ante to £800,000. And hopefully the German clubs can sign or can accept the transfer offers for their German players. And Dortmund and Saar do accept that successfully as we go into contract negotiations for Saar's signature, 4 years at £10,000 and an important first-team player role. And then we're going to go back in for Jonathan Tah and up the ante to £1.1 million, I think I did, or maybe it was just £1 million. And hopefully that young German beast plays for us. As Marian Saar does decline our contract offer, he can be persuaded by money, but he's loving living in Dortmund, so we're going to up the ante to £13,000, 4 years and an important first-team player role. And as you'll see, even though Marian Saar is a lower-rated player than Jonathan Tah, he's only asking for £2,000 a week, which is a lot less than what Marian Saar was asking for. So to make sure that he accepts the contract, we offer £4,000 and a crucial first-team player role. And both the young German centre-backs accept our contracts. We're going to sign Jonathan Tah first, and then we decide to stall Marian Saar's contract as I accepted at first, see how much money we'd have, but then I decided to stall it and just have a little think about it. And after thinking about it for about 5 minutes, I decided to bring in Marian Saar as well and play the 4 centre-backs rotation system that I was talking about before. The final matchup of the episode, though, is going to be yet again in the Football League Championship away from home against a side like Leicester Burnley, who have, like Leicester, been promoted into the Premier League for the upcoming season. So it's definitely going to be a tough challenge, but we are unbeaten in the league, which is a great start to the season. We are sitting in 5th position, 2 wins, 2 draws, and Burnley aren't even on the top half of the table, so encouraging signs for us. Hopefully we can take advantage of Burnley's poor run of form and capitalise on our great run of form and get 3 points here, as Adam Taggart gets us off to a perfect start, giving us a 1-0 advantage 30 minutes into the matchup. The young Aussie man in absolutely awesome form as of late. But moving on, in the 62nd minute is Traore on the ball, passing it to Liam McAlinden, the young Irishman, playing a beautiful ball there to Henry. Henry's going to take a shot, and he smashes it past the Burnley keeper to extend our advantage to 2 goals and give us a 2-0 victory over Burnley, who are going to be pushing for promotion most likely. So that is really a huge 6-pointer matchup, as we get a head up on Burnley, a side that's going to be a big challenge for us this season. But we do get a transfer offer. We get plenty of transfer offers here for Deco on transfer deadline day. The first one from Norwich and the second one from Derby County. We are going to reject both of them straight up. But you'll see after we get a shitload of contracts or transfer offers there for Deco, we do decide to counter offer them, as Hannover 96 from the German Bundesliga come in £3.2 million, and I decide to up the ante to £10.2 million. And if we can sell Deco for a high amount of money like that, I'll be more than happy to let him go. He's been a great player for us so far this season, but £10.2 million, £10 million is a lot of money for a championship side. So we get a big offer here, £3 million from a big paying club, a very rich club, AS Monaco in the French league. So we decided to say £10.8 million. I was kind of thinking that AS Monaco might actually accept this for Deco, because they are a very rich club and they'll probably accept it, if not counter a bit more money. And the same thing for Schal, except they are not really rich at all. And then 4 hours left on transfer deadline day, AS Monaco and Schal both say they aren't going to follow any more contract negotiations for Deco. But we get West Brom coming in for Deco. And I was pretty confident that they weren't going to accept £10.8 million counter offer. Very certain of that. And the same thing here with Palermo from the Serie A. Both those clubs aren't really wealthy at all. So I didn't expect too much to come out of those deals at all. We're going to push on now, and 2 hours left in transfer deadline day. Both Palermo and West Brom, like every other club, have decided that has way too much money. And I decided to buy the Scout of Future Star reward from the catalogue, because I had a shit ton of EASFC credits, and they brought back Sergio Alvarez, a physically strong, I think he's centre back, 74 to 94 rating, which is going to be absolutely awesome, lads. I wanted to bring in a really good youth player, and hopefully we can bring him up in a few months' time. And also, guys, the transfer deadline day has ended, so that is the squad we are going to be dealing with up until January. Hopefully we can get a good start to the season. We are going to wrap up the episode, though, with a squad report. Check out how the squad is developing. In my opinion, we are developing quite nicely, and this Wolves side is going to be able to compete with the rest of the championship. So lads, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure that you leave a like. It really helps me out. Make sure that you subscribe if you are new around here. Make sure that you follow me on Twitter at JaredHD. Looking for coins, lads. Make sure you check out ufifa.com and use the discount code Jared to get 5% off at checkout. But most importantly, guys, have an absolutely awesome day. It's been JaredHD here. I'm out. Peace.